Ho ho buddies, once Borderline Games. I'm Gareth and today we're playing Almost My Floor. Last time we managed to get to a combination of both my room and Nika's room. This is Alex. And apparently there was a laptop with something on it that led Alex to suddenly be drawn to the elevator that suddenly appeared in his room. And then we went to the Detective Trust. We're not sure quite the timescale between what's happening to Alex and what's happening to Detective Trust, because he seems to be occupying the same kind of space. But Detective Trust has just discovered Nika dead in the elevator, so he's about to investigate. Let's get investigating. Alright, so this is good to know, isn't it? Let's have a look. The light bulb, I've only used it once. Okay, there's a bunch of things to have a look at here. And it's kind of handy just so you know that you're not missing anything. Traumatic brain injury. The particles of gold paint and slivers of wood to the wound. Oh, okay, I've got the actual murder weapon here then. I've got like a little statuette thing. I could assume that the wound was inflicted by the statuette I found in the trash on the street. Why did the murderer choose such a sloppy way to get rid of the weapon? The angle of the head looks unnatural. Her neck seems to be broken. Was that the cause of death? A proper examination is necessary to determine whether the fracture happened before or after her death. The body's still warm, so the murder happened quite recently. Nika disappeared around a week ago. Okay. Where has she been all this time? I smell a faint hint of cinnamon coming from her body. Her clothes match the description given from the day she went missing. Her hands are bruised. I suspect dislocations or even fractures. She was either tortured or dragged around very carelessly. Oh. Her bracelet is broken. It has some pretty unique beads with the letters N, I, and L. Nil. I don't recognize anyone by that name. Maybe it's an abbreviation of a sort. Or perhaps some beads are missing. I can see evidence of dragging on the floor. The murder did not happen in this elevator. Is it possible that the murderer couldn't pick up the body or was in a hurry? Why was it necessary to drag it so carelessly and leave traces all around? Hey, what's Oh, this is Lily or whatever her name is. Nika! Stay back. You don't need to see this. What happened to Nika? I'm afraid she's dead. The police are on their way as we speak. Let me introduce myself. Adam Trust, the detective. I need to ask you a few questions. Alright, Adam. My name is Lilia. Oh, that's what her name is. I live a couple of floors up from here in this building. Were you well acquainted with Nika? The murderer always comes back to the scene of the crime. Doesn't she, folks? She was just one of my neighbours. We didn't talk much. Were you upset about just a neighbour dying? I don't see dead people every day, Detective. I'm not very mobile, if you know what I mean. Can you tell me anything about Alex? You knew Nika, so maybe you crossed paths with him as well. Yes, they lived together. They seem to be arguing a lot lately. I saw Alex like 10 minutes ago on my floor. He was very nervous. Kept shouting. Did he kill Nika? I wouldn't be surprised. Alex isn't going anywhere. The police will take care of him. Do you have any other suspects? Sorry, I don't go out of my apartment often, so I don't hear a lot about what's going on. You got here somehow, didn't you? Yes, but I can't even walk. I mean, to get to the market by myself. They didn't install ramps for disabled people outside. What is this commotion? Nika, what happened? That bastard Alex should be punished! Please, calm down. Why do you believe he's the murderer? He argued so much with Nika. Duh! Who else could have done this? Only him. Nika was missing for more than a week, but the death looks very recent. Where has she been all this time? How the hell do I know? Maybe he was keeping her hostage. It doesn't look all that simple. Adam Trust, I suppose? Yes, that's me. You've done your job. Now please don't get in our way. The police will take over the case from here on out. You ladies don't need to see this. We'll ask you some questions later. Alright.
Come, Miss Lilia. I'll help you get to your apartment.
Thank you. Living in this building is scary sometimes. So why don't you leave? Since the accident, the only income I have is my disability benefits. I don't have the money for a decent apartment. I've lost my job. I have nothing left. All because of that blasted accident. I shouldn't be the one in this wheelchair. Can you tell me what happened? Oh, nothing terribly unusual, Detective. One evening I was walking by the coffee house called Coffee Break and got hit by a car. Oh. Coffee Break is where Nika worked. Did you work there? No, not quite. I prefer not to talk about it. Too much has happened already today. So, did she get hit by a car outside Coffee Break and assume that Masha, because Masha replaced Nika, right? And Lilia assumed that Masha was Nika and killed her because she ruined her life. We've arrived. I'll stop by later since I'd like to talk to you in more detail. I really don't think I know anything useful. You never know, even small things can be useful. Very well, Detective. The police will take care of Alex from here on out. I'm not going to chase him around the building. Besides, the officers could use a workout. I'll talk to him at the police station later. I think it's time to visit Freudgele. However, he's a busy man. I should warn him of my arrival. Should we call him? Arrive without prior notice. Maybe we should not warn him. That'd be interesting. The best weapon of a detective is the element of surprise. It's harder to hide something if you're not prepared for interrogation. Oh, normal? Looks very normal to me. Oh! I can't believe that got me. Come with me if you want to live. I will do. Thanks for the help. Who are you? What's your name? I've never seen you around before. My name's Kate. I've lived here for a long time, but I just don't go outside too much. The neighbours aren't very friendly, you know. You said that you've lived here for a long time. I heard that some maniac killed a bunch of people in this place about a year ago. Do you know anything about that? He was no crazier than the rest of us. It's just this building, you wouldn't believe it. I think I'm ready to believe anything at this point. I'm sure that this place feeds on the suffering of its inhabitants. You can't find anyone here without misfortune in their lives. Dead relatives, a difficult childhood, or something worse. Everyone suffers, and this place makes you suffer even more. A year ago, one of the inhabitants couldn't handle it, and he... Why are you crying? It was my father. He couldn't resist the building's corruption. He'd scream that it was watching him, and that he couldn't escape. He said everyone around him was a monster, that he'd become a monster too. Even Dr. Freudgele couldn't help him. My father killed 5 people and disappeared. Why didn't you just move out after everything that happened? I want to figure out what's happening here. I still hope to find my father. Can you see all the horrors around us? I can. And that's why I try not to leave my apartment. At least it's safe in here. That means I'm not crazy. That means we're both crazy. Uh-oh. Synthesizer. Okay. Kate is interested in music, and our tastes are so alike. Alright. Photo. I'm just going to look around your apartment. Ooh. Kate and her father. I never thought that a serial killer would look like that. What could have changed him so much? Is this the detective? Looks a bit like him, right? All these creepy things in our buildings, could they actually be real? It's the same thing happening to me. His face looks familiar. Wait a second. That medallion, it can't be. Kate, what was your father's name? His name is Alex too. What's about it? Kate, I saw your father. Oh, he was the one doing the ritual. What? Is he still alive? Not quite. Can you please explain? I want the whole truth no matter how painful it is. I found your father's diary in one of the apartments. He wrote about how he was turning into a monster, and it seemed like he used the last of his strength to write that he loved you. Are you telling me that he was close to me the whole time? Here in this building, I could help him, maybe even save him. Where is he now? Calm down, Kate. I don't think you can help him anymore. He probably became a monster. All I found of him was his diary and that medallion. I want revenge. I want to get even with this building, whatever hides in here. You want to destroy this place? Like the heroes of a cool action movie? We could try, but we need to evacuate everyone we can first. Alright. Good. See ya. Kate has been collecting these for a while now. Looks like this place has always had certain incidents. Whatever happened to her father is far from the only case. It was just the most publicly known one. Okay. PC. It's a collection of posts from a blogger with the username Robin Bobbin. He was also living in this place. It was my father. He couldn't resist the building's corruption. He'd scream that it was watching him, that he couldn't escape. Said everyone around him was a monster. That he'd become a monster too. Even Dr. Freudgele couldn't help him. This Dr. Freudgele gets about, doesn't he? My father killed 5 people and disappeared. Day 2. Hi everyone, I'm feeling awful today and I could barely get out of the bed. These walls seem to press in on me. I've heard voices during the night, but it could just be the pipes or something. And I'm really afraid of the elevator. Freudgele says it's all just self-hypnosis, based on self-induced negative thoughts, and that the fear only lives within my head. Day 3. I can't take it anymore. Please help me. No more posts at all. What happened to this guy? Hey, what happened to that guy? What if it's just a weird series of coincidences? All of these cases look too familiar to be a coincidence. My father, me, that blogger guy, all of us felt the same. You can see these horrors too, you said it yourself. Maybe Nika could see them too. I'm sure this place feeds on the suffering of its inhabitants. You can't find anyone without misfortune in their lives. Dead relatives, a difficult childhood, or something worse. Everyone suffers, and this building makes you suffer even more. A year ago, one of the inhabitants couldn't handle it, and he... I know that. How do we get out? We can't go through the window, and monsters are waiting out the other side of the door. We could jump out. I looked out the window, and it's an infinite skyscraper. I'm not jumping into the abyss. Don't worry. I tried jumping out the window once in despair, and I just ended up in the street. That's how I buy stuff in the shop now, and it works fast. What? Okay. Are you kidding me? No, I'm trying to make the best out of this situation. It's impossible. Are you still surprised by the things that happen in this building? In this reality, anything is possible. What if you just want to get rid of me? It's your choice to believe me or not. If you can't, feel free to try the elevator. I guess I have to believe you. Alright. Out we go. I could look around some more, I guess. Is there anything else to check out? Pills. Dr. Freudgele prescribed the same pills for me. Kate, do you take pills too? I went to Dr. Freudgele for therapy just like my father. It's the bad doctor. It did us no good. You can't defeat this building so easily. Alright, let's go. Out the window we go. Boop. Okay, Freudgele.
Freudgele's clinic is famous in this city. The design is awful, though. I wouldn't want to get treatment here. Good evening. My name is Adam Trust. I'm a private detective. I'd like to talk to Dr. Freudgele.
Freudgele, that's how you say it.
Mr. Trust, you came so unexpectedly. Please wait a moment, I'll give the doctor a call.
Oh, there's no need to bother him.
Please wait, Mr. Trust. Damn. Dr. Freudgele. A detective named Adam Trust is headed for your office. Sorry, I couldn't stop him.
Hello, Freudgele. Doctor, I'm afraid to tell you that Nika Gortez is dead. We found her body and an investigation is underway.
Oh my god. You have my full assistance, detective. But please be mindful of medical confidentiality. I cannot disclose the contents of any private conversations I've had with my patients to you.
Very well, I'll just ask some general questions. You work not only with Nika, but also with her boyfriend Alex, right?
Yes, they did have some issues in their relationship. I imagine it's mainly because both of them recently lost their jobs.
Did Alex always have certain outbursts of aggression?
He was only aggressive towards me. I'm afraid he didn't think much of my unique method of therapy. With Nika, however, he had always been very calm and polite.
Where have you been during the past 3 hours?
At first I was at the clinic. I left for dinner a couple of hours ago and I returned shortly after before your visit.
Can someone confirm your whereabouts?
If you're looking for an alibi, I guess I have none. I had dinner at the home this time around and I took some work with me.
Alright. Have you worked with... Oops.
I've worked with many inhabitants of that tenement. I've spent a lot of time with Kate and Alex Bennett. I had once a therapy session with the cleaning lady, Zena Ribbles, but apparently she couldn't afford my services regularly. So we haven't met again. A local blogger named Robin visited me too, although I feel like he was just gathering information to make some new posts. There may have been someone else, but I just can't recall, Detective.
Can you describe your therapy sessions?
I'm conducting brain stimulation therapy with my own patented device. It causes the alteration of nerve activity through targeted delivery of a stimulus, but I doubt that explanation will mean much to you, Adam.
Can I have a look at the device?
I apologize, but I have to refuse your request. It's a secret technology, but and I'm only willing to comply if you have a search warrant.
Don't you find it strange that so many of your clients have become involved in criminal cases? Could their therapy have been something to do with this?
Detective, people will only seek my services if they already have issues. You can't hold me responsible for what they did or what they might do. I'm trying to help them to the best of my ability, but medicine is not perfect. My therapy sessions do them no harm, I assure you.
Doctor, patient number 29 needs help. It's urgent. Oh, please come to room 15 immediately.
Adam, dear, I'm afraid that I must leave you alone for a moment. Please, wait for me here.
Whoa. He's either a fool to leave me alone here, or he's confident that I won't find anything incriminating. Pretty sure it's the latter. I need to look around very carefully. My intuition tells me that Freudgele is hiding something. Is that how he said his name? The doctor seems pretty self-obsessed to put such a large painting of himself in the office. Let's have a look what we can click on here. A Medal of Merit in Brain Research. Freudgele is a genius psychotherapist, but genius is often akin to insanity. Patient records. Freudgele prescribed all of the residents at 9 Dark Street fairly strong antidepressants, antipsychotics, and tranquilizers. Naturally, such a combination resulted in a side effect of severe migraines, which were then combated with phenum. Why such a killer drug cocktail? Were the patients really sick enough to warrant that? One of the notes says the drug of my own design. This document has information on Nika. Let's see. Test results. Why did he not think we'd find this, by the way? This is like blatantly in his desk.
Look at this huge apple. Light responsiveness, reflexes, and here's Freudgele's report. Due to the combination of drugs and therapy sessions with my personal device, it was possible to achieve an increase in brain activity. The patient notes an improvement in memory and learning ability. However, the patient is also complaining about hallucinations again. Oh. I need to either prescribe a larger dose of the drug or change its composition. It's dangerous to continue the therapy in its current state, although I thought I had found the right combination. But it seems like I'll have to start all over again. Freudgele administered his own drug to his patients. But why only the inhabitants of the apartment complex at 9 Dark Street, according to the records of other patients? They were treated in line with standard protocols. Chloe Freudgele, her condition seems far from the best. Supportive care has helped her hold on to her for the past few years. But it can't go on forever, I'm afraid. Oh, there's a drawing nearby. At least I can see that. The genius Dr. Freudgele is still human like the rest of us. Alright. What else can we click on here? Nope, didn't mean to do that. I guess I can't click on that. I hate this particular test. I never see anything here besides ink blots. An exemplary family man. This could serve as a good cover story for him. Okay, so there's a code here we need to work out. Pictures. Okay, let's have a look elsewhere. Poster. A peculiar illustration. I feel the urge to talk already. Briefcase. Freudgele's briefcase. Well, what do we have here? A wallet with some money and a family photo inside. Freudgele's daughter looks ill. I imagine he wants help. He wants to help her get better. Freudgele is a very talented doctor. If anyone could help her, it's him. There's a key card. Oh. A key card. It can open an electronic lock somewhere. Okay. Alright. Anything over here? Alright. The door is open. Looks like the owner was in a hurry and didn't slam it tight enough to lock. Good thing I didn't warn him about my visit. Haha! Uh-oh. Why wouldn't he think I'd see this? There's blood in the sink. You didn't provide the safest treatments here, but there hasn't been a single complaint. I'll take a blood sample, but I doubt the result will arrive as soon as I'd like. I'll leave it in its place. What else can we click on here? Freudgele's patient records. Oh! Oh, there's some more beads. He killed her. Why are they scattered on the floor? The hallucinogenic effect is weak. Brain activity did not signify increase, and pupils react to light as usual. The patient asks too many questions, and she may be suspecting something. Was Niga starting to realize that she was being experimented on? Sounds like a motive for murder. And Freudgele doesn't have an alibi. Guess I have another suspect. Let's look at Alex's record. I've not observed the expected hallucinogenic effect, though brain activity has multiplied and pupils react to light faster than usual. Additionally, the readings are similar to those of Alex Bennett. But the lack of hallucinations paired with such brain activity is unusual. Further examination is in order. Freudgele studies the brain activities of his patients. What do they know about it? There's one more record. Alex Bennett. The name sounds familiar. Ah, yes, he's Kate's father. I still haven't received any info on him from the classified archive. Let's have a look. Brain activity has increased tenfold, but the patient's stability leaves much to be desired. The brain is creating a new reality and it cannot cope with. Hallucinations are not only visual and auditory, but tactile as well. The patient is completely rebuilding the world around them. Maybe even to the point where they could believe their own death. This is extremely interesting. I cannot interrupt the experiment, not when I'm so close to witnessing peak brain activity. Sounds like Kate's father went crazy. When the hell am I going to get the data on him from the classified archive? After the case is solved, most likely? Damn this bureaucracy. Maybe Alex is suffering from the same thing. Perhaps he's living in an imaginary world where Nika is dangerous. Did he kill her in a fit of insanity? I need to find more clues since Alex is not the only possible murderer. Beads. Lilia. Lilia! That's who the beads were. These beads are similar to the ones I found on Nika's corpse. She was here, but how long ago? Interesting. Dr. Freudgele, whatever his name is. Freudgele? Oh, hang on, I wasn't paying attention. It's all used to record brain activity, okay. Psychiatry is not my forte. What else are we missing here? Device? A lot of monitors, buttons and levers. Okay, we read that. We read it. Okay. Alright. So... Okay. Diplomas. Freudgele has an impressive list of achievements. Can I leave now? No. Not. So how am I going to work out this code then? Oh. The watch has stopped working. The timer is stuck on 1408. Why didn't he repair it? Looks too expensive just to hide it in a drawer or throw away. Yes! Always check the email first. Ooh. Jessica, I need a list of the residents of the tenement at 9 Dark Street. Some crimes there have unleashed an interesting series of rumors, making it an excellent subject for my experiments. Uh-oh. For the purity of research, all patients must be in the same environment. Please send a courier to distribute leaflets for the clinic of their mailboxes. It may be connected to my case. I need to learn more about these experiments. Alright. Is that it? Jessica, everything is under control. Change his drip twice a day. Dear Adam, I beg your pardon for such a lengthy absence. I hope you haven't been too bored here without me. Do you have any questions for me, Detective? When was the last time Nika attended your therapy? Just a little over a week ago. Did you meet her again after that last session? I'm afraid not. Nika had an appointment scheduled for tomorrow, but obviously she won't be making it. I feel sorry for her. Have there been any recent incidences of notes from your patients? Maybe some injuries or nervous breakdowns? Unexpected situations happened, as you yourself saw today, but believe me, my friend, my therapy sessions do not cause any harm to my patients. Nothing out of the ordinary has happened here in several years. I don't have any more questions today. I have your business card. If I remember anything, I'll give you a call. Call the police?
I can't accuse Freudgele right now.
Freudgele.
Enough evidence. Any attorney worth his money will refute my claims in a minute.
If only I could get my hands on Alex, take a sample of his blood, I must question Lilia, and then I'll go back to the police station. Ooh. Ah! Well, You alright? Did you get hurt?
I'm alright. We can't get far since the path is blocked.
We're gonna be free if we destroy this building.
What's our plan? I'm an expert in horror movies, not action movies.
I have a plan. Let's burn everything. Find gasoline, lots of it, and we'll burn this goddamn place down to ashes.
What about the neighbors? I get that you're furious, but isn't this going too far?
Trigger the alarm so that all the neighbors will evacuate and won't be hurt. Although it did get turned off thanks to false alarms a couple of days ago. You should be able to turn it on in the control room.
Gotcha. Solid plan. Sounds foolproof.
Wow, I'm starting to like Kate. The girl's got balls. Well, I think she's a psycho. Hey, bro, look, listen. Why bother with the alarm? These neighbors aren't nice people to begin with, so why bother being nice to them now? You shouldn't even consider that, Alex. Don't you remember the never-ending drilling, the garbage piled up around the entrance, the drunk fights and the something? May remember how you'd wish that all of those annoying pricks would die. We could just do that. You are not a murderer. You're not a murderer if nobody knows.
Wow, okay. Oh, look at these guys. Hello. Well, I guess that's another episode of Borderline Games. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Almost My Floor, and I will see you next time when we potentially set a whole apartment building on fire and not tell anyone about it. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.